Hi everyone, welcome back to A+ Maths. My name's Heidi Postle. Today I'd like to start on a new topic called vectors. So what are vectors? Vectors are used to express physical quantities, usually in physics, to express things like velocity, acceleration, and forces acting on a body. They're useful because they show the magnitude or the size and the direction of the force. You're going to hear different words in this topic. Two words in particular. You're going to hear the word vector and the word scalar. So a scalar has only magnitude. It's just a number, like temperature or length or area, mass, density, pressure, energy, work or power. They're all just scalars. Then we have vectors. And vectors have both magnitude, size, and direction. And some examples of that are displacement, velocity, acceleration, electric fields, forces, lift, drag. You would have heard of those in science. What about the notation for vectors? This is a really new topic. A lot of you will never have seen vectors ever before in your life. So this is going to be very different. Vectors are written in a certain way. Let's say we have a vector like this. Remember, a vector is a line with both magnitude, size, and direction. That's why it has an arrow on it. The length of the line is called your magnitude. Our vector has a head, which is where the arrow is. That gives us the direction. And it has a tail. And the tail is where we start the vector. And the distance between the tail and the head, the length of our vector, is the magnitude. And we're going to call this vector AB. And you would write that AB with a little arrow on the top. From A to B. Vector A to B. You can also write that as an A in bold letters. And that's often used in textbooks because it's easiest to write. But the A will always be in bold. And then you could write it A with a little arrow on the top. That also means a vector. Or A with a little squiggly line underneath it, and that's vector A. That's what they usually use in NESA. If you have vectors that are equally length and parallel, then they are the same vector. So let's say we have vector AB. If we have another vector and it's parallel to vector AB and it's the same size, it's also called vector A. Anything that's parallel and the same size and the same direction will be A. If I have another vector like this one and it goes in the other direction, that's going to be minus A. And anything parallel to that, if it's going in the opposite direction, will be minus A. So the magnitude is the size of the vector. Let's say I have the vector A. And this is 2 units. If I have a vector like this one, and it's half of that original vector, I can call it half of A. And if I have a much larger vector, which is 2 lots of the original vector, then it would be 2A. Now, there are some special vectors. A 0 vector has magnitude of 0, and its direction is not defined. And we can write that as the magnitude of A is 0. It can be written as 0 with a little squiggly underneath it. It's a 0 vector. You'll hear about the unit vector as well, and it has a magnitude of 1. And we would write that as the magnitude of the vector A equals 1. Let's say we want to add 2 vectors together. We can do this either algebraically or graphically. Let's start by saying we have 2 vectors. Vector A and vector B. And we want to find the sum of A plus B. The sum of vector A plus vector B. And we do that by attaching the head and the tail of the vectors. So we move vector B to vector A, and it always has to be head to tail. And then vector that makes the triangle is called your resultant vector, and that is A plus B. So let's have a look at another example just to get our head around this. We have two vectors here. Let AB equal A and AD equal B. So we draw our vectors, and don't forget the vectors always have to have a direction, so we put arrows on the end. So from A to B, the arrow goes at B, and from A to D, the arrow goes at D. We label them A and B because it told us in the question that it was A and B. We want to write down what vector BC, vector CD, and vector AC are in terms of A and B. So BC is exactly the same as AD. That means vector BC can be written as B. They're the same size and they're parallel. If we have a look at vector CD, C to D. So it's parallel and the same size to AB, but it's going in the other direction. So we call it minus A. And vector AC goes from corner to corner, which would be vector AB, tail to head, and then vector BC from tail to head, and you would add them up. So that would be A plus B. Let's say we want to subtract vectors. Let's say we have two vectors, vector A and vector B. We want to find what's vector A minus B. Now this is a little bit strange, but we're going to do something tricky. So I'm going to rewrite my question, and I'm going to say that I want to find what's vector A plus minus B. And we know how to draw minus B because the vector minus B is going to be the same size and parallel to vector B, but the arrow goes in the other direction like this. Now remember, when we want to add two vectors, we put them head to tail, and then the side that makes the triangle is the resultant vector A plus, in this case, minus B, which is A minus B. Don't forget that the resultant force has to be head to head. We balance vectors in the horizontal and vertical direction. So what does that mean? Let's say we have this vector. We can draw a horizontal line and a vertical line to create our triangle for vector A. And we say that the horizontal line is our X component and our vertical line is our Y component. All vectors will have a horizontal component and a vertical component. AX is our horizontal component and AY is called our vertical component. How do we write vectors? So a vector A can be written as a coordinate, but when you write it as a coordinate, you have to express it in terms of its X and its Y components. So it would be called an ordered pair, and it would be the X coordinate, AX, comma, its Y coordinate, Y component, AY. Or we can write it in what's called column vector notation, which is AX, AY, vertically. Let's have a look at an example. Let's say I have the vector A, which is 2, 5, or we can write it as 2, 5. So we can represent this on our XY axis and say that our vector would have to be 2 along the horizontal axis and 5 high on the vertical axis. So this point would be my point A. My vector would be the line joining 0 to the point 2, 5. That's vector A. Let's have a look at another vector. Here is my vector. My vector A, the horizontal component is 7 and the vertical component is 6. How would we then write that vector? So the vector can be written as an ordered pair as 7, 6, or as a column vector 7, 6. What happens if we want to add the vectors using the components, if we don't have them drawn? Vector A is 7, 4, vector B is 8, 2. Find vector A plus vector B. Now we could do this graphically. Let's try and construct vector A. We know that it's 7 in the horizontal, 4 in the vertical, and my resultant is vector A. Vector B will be 8 in the horizontal component, 2 in the vertical component, and so my resultant vector would be vector B, the line that completes the triangle. And notice that I drew vector A and vector B so that it's head to tail. Now, the vector A plus vector B will be my resultant vector, which I will call C, and that's going to complete the triangle from vector A plus vector B. And I want it to go from the bottom of vector A all the way to the head of vector B. That is my resultant vector C. Now remember, the resultant vector C will have a horizontal component, CX, and a vertical component, CY. And that allows me to write that in the different notations. And it should be easy to see from the picture that my horizontal component will be 7 plus 8, and the vertical component will be 4 plus 2, which is 15, 6. Now, what is component form notation? Let's take a look. So here is an XY axis, and I'm going to have the unit vector. The unit vector in the X direction is I, and the unit vector in the Y direction is J. So the vector V will be XI plus YJ. Remember, this is just notation. If our vector V, for example, is 2i plus 3j, and vector U is I minus 2j, and I want to find the value of 3 lots of vector U. So that's going to be 3 times bracket I minus 2j. And we expand that like ordinary brackets, and so my answer will be 3i minus 6j. Similarly, if I have 2 times vector B, that will be 2 times 2i plus 3j, which is 4i plus 6j. And if I wanted to calculate 3u minus 2v, then I would write down the value that I got for 3u, which is 3i minus 6j. And I would then say minus the value of 2v, make sure you put it in brackets, which is 4i plus 6j. And I would just work it out like I would ordinary algebra to get minus I minus 12j. So that should give you a little bit of a start for vectors. At least it explains a little bit about the notation and what a vector actually is. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to share, like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you soon with the next installment of Vectors. Bye!